What's up? Good morning, Astoria. Good morning, America. And good morning, world. Shouts out to the street fam and the street team, crew. To the Scorpion crew, the Deep crew, the survivors. There we go. Shouts out. I feel most comfortable around y'all because we deal with facts, but this one's gonna be and much love to family and friends. Much love. This one's gonna be kind of short entry. I'm a journalist because I just say shit that's true in a variety of ways. Songs. A lot of people know me for songs. Doing things in public, taking a stand or speaking up. Stuff like that. So, acting an ass, I guess. Making bold statements or decisions, stuff like that. It's all true. But anyway, that's kind of what I want to talk about today is honesty. The sixth, that the law is perfect. I'm one with the law, not all the time. Sometimes I fall short. You know what I'm saying? And I accept that. But the law was able to be here and be known, so that's a good thing. So I try to hold it and hug it, as much as possible. But here's the thing, and so that's what I wanted to talk about. Is the first step is honesty. The first rule out of the 24 rules is honesty. And my brother, he said it well. He said, all you got to do is if you ever don't know what to say or what to do in any moment, just stop and turn around and tell the story of how you got there. Tell the true story. Or just look at how you got there. That is being 100% honest. Like right now, I'm here right now, I'm doing this video. I was just laying down a few minutes ago, talking out loud with myself, laughing at some of the things I was thinking about. And people say, yeah, oh, you talking to yourself, you responding, that's crazy. That's such shit. Because when you think, you think things and you respond to thoughts. Just because you're saying out loud what you're thinking, that doesn't mean you're not going to respond, or that doesn't change anything just because you're speaking what you're thinking. I'm thinking out loud right now. Like if you look at the speed I'm speaking about in my eyes and how they're moving, you can tell I'm thinking and saying what I'm thinking. So I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm thinking out loud. That's why it's called journalism. Speaking is a part of recording, so that's what I'm doing. I'm recording what I see, what I feel and think, what my journey is. So yeah, I was laying down just talking with myself and laughing about some things, and I was like, let me put this video out here because I know some people watch it. The people who are going to find it are going to find it. I put it on YouTube also, which is cool. I got some segments called Live from Astoria. But yeah. So that's what I'm doing, And this is just, I ended up in the street because it was ideal. That sounds interesting. But there was a guy who came out with a program to attract any kind of woman. and it was 3 questions. Vin DiCarlo, yeah. He said, answer these 3 questions about any woman. You can have her eating out the palm of your hands, you know. So my lot is women, you know, and stuff like that. It's part of my lot in life. So I'm interested. So I read it, and he says, basically, the first question is figuring out whether, and this is psychology, so it's with women, but I apply it to myself just in general. But is someone a tester or an investor? Like, do they, when they go out into the world, do they test theories, or do they look around and invest in theories that they see? What's a good example of that? If I'm walking down the street and I'm walking down the river walk, and a young lady, a woman is walking on the river walk, and you know, we see each other coming to each other's paths like that, and we're about to cross. A tester a lot of times will say, "Hi, how you doing?" We'll test the waters with that. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up with you? Hey, how you doing? What are you gonna say? That's what they're thinking. What are you gonna say back? I'm doing that to see where you're at. That's what they'll do. An investor a lot of times will look at how that person's walking, will look and see if they made eye contact, and they'll look again and see if the feeling is right. They'll see if the stage is set for them to say that. You see what I'm saying? And oftentimes investors, in passing by like that, they won't even say hello. You know, they'll just, for what? You know, I don't know him, stuff like that. I don't know her. I mean, why am I going to I'm doing something. I invested in what I'm doing, you know, and if I say that, it'll take me off, and I ain't got time for that, because at 7:30 I got to do this, and it's a part of the schedule, and just stuff like that. So an investor is silent and takes in, and then makes a decision, and a tester is erratic first, and they're trying to see, like, footing. Will this support my weight? Will this support my weight? I'm a tester. When I meet people and they're quiet, I'll push them. You know, I test people. I push people. You know what I'm saying? To see what's true. You know what I mean? To see what's true. That's just in the beginning, though. That's just in the beginning. But I mean, you do it so long, you get good at pushing. You get good at testing. So that's all that is. So I'm a tester, and I'm going to get to the ideal part. That's because that's the third one. So the second one is, so the first one is, are you a tester or an investor? And then, so the second one is, are you a justifier or a denier? Meaning, sex. Like, if I was sleeping with a woman that was 30 years older than me, you know, she's 60 and I'm 30, you know, if I was sleeping with her, would I have a justifying mindset today? Hey man, I heard you fucking such and such. Oh yeah, man, she's cool. You know, would I start speaking as to why I'm doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it because she's cool. You know, ain't nobody else here as cool as her. Yeah, man, she ain't like them young girls who act like this, you know, and she takes care of me and does all this and that. Like, just coming up with different reasons. That's what a justifier does. A justifier comes up with different reasons for anything they do, they'll justify. Oh, I'm here because of this. This is why I did this. This is why that happened. A denier will deny it. And that's how it will live. The less attention it gets. I'm not a denier, so I'm gonna just go out here and try to explain something I'm not. But a denier, basically, if I was a denier and I was with this 60-year-old lady and I'm 30, they would say, "Hey man, so you and such getting close, huh?" I would be like, "Oh, she's just cool," you know. I would deny it. I'd be like, "Oh man, nah, we just kicking it. It's just cool, you know. Or she's just a cool person, you know." Oh, okay, well, this and that, you know. And then I would sneak. I would hide it. I would hide our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it may be the same anxiety when I'm walking up to her house to go in her door. I may be, if I'm a tester, I may be like, if I'm a justifier, I may be like, well, shit, I'm going here because I don't care who sees me. That's who I'm with, and fuck it. I may be dealing with that anxiety. If I'm an investor, I may be going over there like, oh, shit, I don't want nobody to see me, but if they see me, shit, I'm gonna have to just move as fast as possible. Like that. It's the same shit. It's just two sides of the coin. The same energy, just two formations. And it's kind of like a bowl. Just look at a bowl. One way it's a bowl, and you can put shit in it like cereal and milk, and then another way it's a cover, a protector. You can play that little where's the ball game, because it's covering it. Two different uses, two dimensions, two dimensions to the one bowl. So that's what I'm talking about. And the third one is somebody an idealist or a realist, and they're not all they're not all synapses, or what's the fucking word I'm looking for. They're not all together, Okay, so the third one is, I was trying to find that word. The third one, synopsis, they're not all, fuck. So the third one is somebody a realist? I was about to say a realtor. Is somebody a realist or idealist? Okay, I'm an idealist. I had to learn that. I thought I was a realist because I'm a tester and a justifier, and realist is just the next hey type of thing. But I learned that I'm an idealist, and it brings me to what we were originally saying, like being here, living here. This is ideal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm alone. I'm free. I'm warm. I'm under a bridge. I have several blankets, which I could use more. If you whoever's watching this want to donate some blankets, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Because blankets keep you warm. You know what I mean? And, if you're dry, you know what I mean? All you need to be is warm next, and then after that, comfortable. But, well, I guess comfort is achieved, right? So, this place here is ideal for me. This is ideal. If I was, and I'll tell you why. If I was who I am, right, and I was living with my mom, right, and I went out amongst street people, amongst the streets, people going through different things. And I was telling them, hey, this is what's wrong with you, or this is how you can overcome. This is if I didn't have my own struggle going on, or if I wasn't dealing with my own reality, if I wasn't true 100% like I am now, if I wasn't true like that, it wouldn't work. Ideally, you feel what I'm saying? Ideally, it wouldn't align. But now somebody says, hey, what's up with that guy? Be like, yeah, he lives under the 33rd. He lives on 33rd, you know what I'm saying? Under the 33rd Street Bridge, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm not tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is ideal, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start writing on the walls and all this shit, because I own this shit, just because I don't own it, but this is where I'm squatting at, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this is where I'm at until I'm not, until I get kicked out, or until some shit happens, I move, whatever. But this is it, This is an ideal home for me. Living at my mom's wouldn't be ideal, because it's, let me see how to put it. Let's just be hypothetical real quick. And just anyway, I'm not going to do that shit. God damn. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna be hypothetical. like if I was staying with my mom, you know, she may have certain rules that she doesn't want me to follow, or that she does, you know, or things she don't want me to do, or certain rules she wants me to follow. She may say, hey, you know, wash the dishes every time you use a dish, or don't eat all the whatever, or whatever, you know. I would still be dependent on her. You see what I'm saying? I would still be codependent on her reality for my reality to exist. So every cat I talked to that was living by himself, you know, they wouldn't be able to see the truth. Ideally, again, they wouldn't be able to see. This is my own thinking. They wouldn't be able to. It wouldn't form a straight line to me. It would be, oh, well, he's with his mom. Oh, okay, I see you hanging out, but you going back and being with your mom. You know, it's nothing to do with the mommy. It's got to do with the idea. What's the big idea? You know what I'm saying? What's the big idea? You know, and that couples in with another thing that to where, you know, like at shelters like the Women's Center here in Astoria, Oregon, they had open, and a lot of those people were retired. A lot of those people were volunteering, helping out, you know, donations and stuff like that. And the idea was a charity, you know. Hey, we're successful, we're retired, we can say we're retired, we can say we've done it, and we want to give back. And who are you giving back to? Not the not the people you worked for, not the entry level people you worked for. You're giving back to a stranger that's in the street, that's drunk, high. That's who you're giving back to. Why? Obviously, because it's charity, you know. It's an obvious, hey, I'm doing this to feel better about myself, because in my eyes, these people are less than me. And that's just a fact, because why is there always people with money helping poor people? You know, why isn't it poor people helping poor people? Because it's charity. That's the idea. And that's their idea. It's not my idea at all, for people living in the street. Now I realize that, because I'm in the street. I'm not even in the street. You know, I'm gonna take that back. I live, you know what? This is my home. Let me put it like that. That's the honest truth of how I feel. You know, this is my, there we go. I just thought about it. This is my ideal home. There we go. This is my ideal home. No one comes here. The people who do pass by, keep moving, may say hello, maybe not. Some people may bring food, some people may bring money, whatever. May want to sit down and talk and, you know my story, learn my story. You know, I'm looking at the city through the trees. The city's down there. It's a boat right there. Right there. Yep, in the back. You gotta see it right there. It's the water there. I'm on the water. It's in the wilderness. I mean, I saw there was two deers here, like rubbing on each other, and then like the daddy came or whatever. And then like the adults came in, and the kids, and then they started moving along as four, you know. A deer came from there on the other side of that brick, down through here, you know, went down in there. So I mean, it's nature, it's animals here. Only thing next is where birds come, and I put like food on these things here, to where birds will come and be here. You know what I mean? Or eagles. You know, I gotta find out what eagles like to eat, because I'm seeing that my spirit my spirit Native American zodiac sign spirit guide was elk, deer, and eagles. So I'm seeing the deer and the elk and now it's just the birds got to come. I think that's just food and shit, so we'll see. But nonetheless, this is an ideal place for me in my mind. You see how it worked out ideally. Realistically speaking, I would need heat, I would need things, so I'm going to be real. Yeah, I'm going to be real here. But ideally, the idea in my mind is the bigger bubble, and then on the inside is the reality. Some people, the reality is the bigger bubble, and they say, oh, am I fed, am I clothed? And then the inside is the ideal. And okay, well, I'm going to start acting like I'm fed and clothed, But some people, the ideal is bigger, and they're like, is this where I want to be? Does this feel right? Is this good? Is my mind made up? Cool. Now let me sweep here. Let me clean this shit up. Let me make it right. That's now I'm being real. So it's just two sides. It's the bowl. So yeah. Stop, turn around, and tell the true story of how you got wherever you're at. That's honesty. People call that a testimony. It's just honesty. It's practicing being honest, So I would say overall, the thing that got me here is my ideal. My ideal to be not connected to nothing, and to be purely, solely individual, Come from that. Would be true, to be a true man, to be a true man. I have a degree. Let me rephrase that. I have a degree, but it's not from a college. It's not no one. It's a secret degree. Me and my brother and my brothers, they taught me. Several of them have taught me. Who I came up under though was Fazi. Master Fazi. He showed me compassion. So the compassionate way, and so I had to learn that, and so now I have that. Now I have my own studio. It's all ideal. It's all ideal because that's how I work. But I'm very comfortable in that ideal, and I can feed you from that, or provide from that. So, yeah. There we go. I just got a brainwash. So I'm going to end it there. End it with the 6. You know what I'm saying? Honesty. Be still. Turn around. And know the truth. And know. Be still. See where you're at. Look around. Turn around. And know what's real. Second, respect what you find out. If you don't respect it, you saying it ain't true. If it is true and you're not respecting it, it's going to bite you in the ass later. So, it's just facts. It's like somebody saying it's going to rain. And you walk out, say, it ain't going to rain. And you get rained on. That person was true. They were right. You know what I'm saying? You were wrong. Or whatever you want to call it. You took a chance, whatever. You didn't respect what was real, and that shit got you. So you got to respect what you find out. When you're silent, you have to respect what you see, what you learn. You respect it for what it is, It's not going to tell you if somebody's a good or a bad person or not, but if you get that gut feeling of saying that, then respect it. It's different levels, But you have to respect what you know. Third is, when you do that, you should reach a control point, A lot of struggles are going on between people, with us, because we're not acknowledging what's real in us. We won't be still, quiet enough, long enough to acknowledge what's true. So We think we're the noise in our head, you know. Oh yeah, Americans must vote today. I gotta go vote today. I'm sick and tired now. I forgot I can't vote, but I was going to vote. You know, that's like, wow. You know, he didn't even be silent enough to even know what was real. But anyway, you know, the control point is reached when a person respects what they know. That's it. So it's a lot of people that, you know, we aren't trusting ourselves, we aren't respecting ourselves. So I could go into that, and I'm not, but I'm saying honesty, respect, self-control. 3 is self-control. You know, don't tempt nobody, don't abuse nobody, don't allow yourself to be used, abused, or tempted, or misled, or led astray. 4 is equality and fairness. Don't cheat nobody. You know, don't look at nobody like you're better than them. You know, they have a story too. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know it. That's why you're not respecting them. That's why you're not controlling yourself around them. You don't know them, but you can know them. And when you do know them, they will become equal like you. And you knowing that, you don't have to know anyone to treat them equal. Just know that that's the path of equality, is knowledge. But when you know the knowledge, you can know that. You can have that as a reserve. So 5 is courage. Courage to do what's right. A perfect example. I know a guy, and I'm gonna paint over this with the general brush, like me. I'm here under this. I'm here where I'm at, and you know, like there's no food here. You know, there's no food around. If someone walked by and seen that, and they walked down this trail, and they looked over here and they saw there wasn't any food, and they saw me talking with the camera and stuff, and they would just happen to be thinking about some shit they had in their fridge. If they looked at me and was like, "Hey, are you hungry?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "Okay, I'll be right back." They were going to throw the food away, but they give it to me instead. That's having courage, because they don't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure even when they go down to get the food out, they're going to have to be like, "Oh, I got to walk back up this hill." That takes courage. That may be a bad example, but let me see. Do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Do what's right. I knew I had to get out of my mother's place. That was the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been right to shrink who I am. It was right for me to get out, you know, and allow that to go at its own pace, the house, what it was going at, you know. So it was right. I had to have courage. I had to have guts, you know, and I did it, you know. So, I mean, that it wasn't any time soon or short or late. It's just where the rubber met the road for me in my life at this point in my life, you know. A lot of people learn a lot of things about relationships early on. I'm still learning, so that's what it is. 6 is understanding, which unites the spirit world to the material world, which unites both sides of the bowl into one bowl, which unites that. It unites differences. It unites opposites. Understanding unites that. I'm telling y'all a story from where I'm at, from 33rd Bridge, from 33rd. Let me see how to call that. I don't make it too public. I say from the 3s, you know. I say from the 3s. Or 33rd. Yeah, fuck it. I'll say on 33rd. I'm on 33rd. Nah, I don't sound right. Anyway, I'll think about this shit. But by me telling this story, it's uniting my. I'm gonna just use general terms. Homeless. I'm homeless here under a bridge, and it's uniting. Well, I'm homeless, man, where I'm at. Let's just say sleeping under a bridge, and someone works for city council, governor, mayor, or whatever, sleeping in a mansion, or whatever. If they listen to this story, it will unite us. We will be united. Now, it will unite them to me because they will have understanding. And so when we see each other, they can say, "Hey, how you doing?" We will be one in that understanding. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, it's kind of difficult to wrap up without going into, but understanding unites differences, and that is why the 6 is unity, because it unites opposites, and that's what unites opposites is understanding. All right, so what that means is just don't ignore people. Listen to where they see where somebody's try to find out where somebody's coming from. With their story, stuff like that. All right, so that's what it is, man. Hey, I'm gonna check out. Peace.